Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on the channel and an unusual recording location. We're actually in the car. My mum's had to pop at my sister's for 5 minutes, but I just wanted to stay in the car and I thought, you know what, let me record the video now while we're here. But anyways, before we get into the video, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and yeah, so we're talking about KSI, and this is providing that Jake Paul gets through Tommy Fury on Sunday, like on the 26th, and basically is KSI the man to stop Jake Paul? And I know I'm dirty, by the way, but I've just literally finished work. But is Jake Paul the man that loses to KSI? Is KSI the man that just beats Jake Paul? In my opinion, is KSI's definitely got what it takes to get a win over Jake, and I think he's got the ability, but it's how much has Jake advanced compared to KSI. And like, obviously we need to see Jake Paul in with tests like a Tyrone Woodley, like maybe an Anderson Silva. Like, Jake Paul fought Anderson Silva now and won. He needs to win in a better fashion than Jake for people can say he's on the level. People think he's already on the level now from what he showed, but you got to think, would Jake Paul be able to set traps on face center like JJ did? Probably. But I would back probably by the time them two fight, if it happens, I'd probably back KSI. But KSI, I think, is definitely more than capable of defeating Jake. And I think KSI's beat Logan, and I know levels have evolved since then, and Jake Paul's got better since then. But I think, I think Jake Paul's a lot. I think people think he's a lot better than he is, and I don't take credit away from him. He's fought respectable people who are old MMA fighters, but they're still like decent level opponents. He still trains like a madman. He trains harder than some of our boxers, and he spends his whole time in boxing. He doesn't just play the sport, but he's smart. He knows what he's doing, and he's got this fight with Tommy now, and I think he's just there's definitely see something in Tommy, but in my opinion they've chewed a bit more than they should have this time. I don't want to see this ending well for Jake, but you got to think, Jake Paul, if he loses this fight, it does affect the KSI fight, because if Jake Paul loses, say KSI goes and fights to Joe Fournier, who's a better opponent than anyone that Jake Paul's fought, maybe bar Tommy when it happens. KSI goes beats him. Now KSI's the A side in that fight, and KSI says if Jake Paul loses, he'll fight Tommy. I don't think he would fight Tommy. I think KSI's only interested on Jake. And I think if Tommy really hurts Jake Paul this fight, I think KSI will probably stay away from Tommy. Tommy said the other day, I watched an interview saying if he beats, he said when he beats Jake Paul, he wants to put his interest back on getting to a world title, but winning English titles and getting ranked and being the best he can be. And I think that's a good idea for Tommy, Beat this influencer who's been talking shit about you for months, saying you're scared. Beat him and then crack on, really. And I think that's what he'll do. And I think KSI's the man that can stop Jake Paul, but I think the man who is going to be the man to beat Jake first is going to be Tommy Fury. I think Tommy Fury gets this job done quick, and whatever happens after this, you gotta think, Jake Paul, if you take a rematch against Tommy now, he'll lose twice. He doesn't just walk back into a KSI fight. He'll try and rebuild himself again, and I just couldn't see him losing to Tommy. Say you lose to Tommy, going against KSI, he'll probably won 1 or 2 fights by then. He's a massive favorite of KSI. Say he beats you, that's 3 losses. You may as well just quit boxing at that point. But yeah, if Jake Paul wins, he's ranked in the top 15. But you must see something in Tommy's armour. And I can kind of see what he thinks he can do, but I think Tommy's also hasn't performed the best recently. But I think he's on it for this fight. He's had a kid. He's more mature as a man. And I listened to his dad's interview the other day, and I like what was getting said. So we'll see what happens, guys. But still leave us your predictions on Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul and on KSI versus Jake Paul. Let us know how you think that works out, how that plays out. But that's all I've got for you today, guys. Another upload will be tomorrow and then day off Sunday. But remember, guys, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.